A little bit of a different one for you boys. So we hopped right into a game, as you can see, and today we're doing something a little different. Normally when I do my cheat reviews, I tend to do them in a custom match, but you know what? I'm really just out here testing VACNET as much as possible these last couple days. Sorry for no posts, but today we're going to be looking at Foxy's, and this is sponsored by cheatstore.net. If you guys want to use code TABS for a discount, this cheat starts at $4 a week, but if you buy a month, you save 30%. So either way, let's hop right into it. This is a kernel-based external cheat. I did just whip up this config, so it might not be perfect, but it is what it is. I'm fucking with the rainbow aesthetic of this cheat. I kind of like the rainbow visuals. That stuff, we're trying to add that to lethality right now. It will come soon. It's that pumpkin spice latte time of year, man. Enjoyed myself a nice pumpkin spice ice cap this morning. Literally about 10 minutes before I started recording this video. Oh yeah. Nice light aimbot setup that we have here. And of course, if you guys want this config, it will be available to all 99-cent members of the channel. Hit that join button down below. Either way, yeah, the aimbot's nice and light. It's actually really cool. When we go over this menu a little bit more after this Wingman match, I'll show you guys some cool settings that it has to try to help fight VACNET in terms of being humanized. It's got some crazy features that allow you to choose the release rate of Aimbot, the Triggerbot time humanization, so you can choose between like 80 milliseconds and 200 milliseconds the Aimbot will fire with Triggerbot, which is pretty cool. And a bunch of other humanization factors that I think a lot of cheats need to start adding if they want something to be done about VACNET. You can see on our handy radar there on the left that he is trying to flank. Just going to hold this position here until he jumps down. Check behind us, check in front of us, that kind of thing, till he makes some noise to give away his position. So over here in aim, I am really going to quickly just lower the detach, or raise the detach factor, and then also decrease the speed just a little bit, because I feel like I am already pretty accurate. That flick over to the guy was me, but I felt it not release as fast as it had before. That could also be because of... Yeah, see, I let go too early, damn. But that also could be just because I was so close to the guy that the center of his chest was my FOV, so it stayed locked longer than it would have if he was not. I also think my retargeting time is a little too low, so if it does detarget, it will relock the target a little bit too fast.
Hit 30.
So yeah, here, if I hold a grenade out, like an ensign, a high explosive, anything like that, you'll see now, if I go to hold it, which the game's got to start, but if I go to hold it, you'll see mini pit, and then the closer you get to other nade spots, it'll show you them. They're pre-put into the cheat, which is pretty cool. Well, C4 is down, so I'm not really sure what that guy was doing. But I don't want to pre-aim angles or anything like that. That's causing a lot of VACNETs right now if you're too close to spray onto someone. So me looking away and then coming back, I don't have a pre-aim angle. Anywhere like as serious that VACNET would consider. I'm being sandwiched. God help me. Swapping sides. I always forget that we're global on this account. Shit, man. Like, I don't even know why I'm playing Wingman. I should have jumped into a premiere match. Also, I've got a video breaking down some VACNET testing coming out soon. It's been taking a little while to record, but I mean, if you want it done right, it's going to take a little while. That's kind of just how that works. The main problem I'm having right now with VACNET testing is just that the account you play on makes all the difference. So if I get this account fucking banned, like, you know, 7-day, 30-hour, whatever, this account's unusable to continue the testing. And I've noticed on fresh accounts, you are like 100% more likely to get VAC lived than an account that's aged, that has playtime. There's another problem, and that's that VACNET might not all be server-side anymore. There's a lot of things showing that there is a possibility that VACNET is working alongside VAC in a way that we haven't really realized or seen. All right, let's hop into a workshop map and go over this cheat in its entirety. Damn, bro. Global it's so funny to see that global logo. I don't know why, man. We got it so quick, too. All right, hopping into this little custom match, let's go ahead and open the menu with the home key. I am going to have to hit the Y button to open chat so that I can click through the menu, but this is Foxy. So in visuals, we have enemy, teammate, and miscellaneous. We have enable. This can also be bound to be clicked. We have corner box, filled, head dot, snap line, line of sight, skeleton, health bar, and footsteps. For health bar, if you hit raw, it goes and tells you their actual HP instead of just being the bar. In here, for your settings, you're able to do static, rainbow, and decay, and you can change literally everything about this, which is absolutely awesome. Anywhere where you see two colors like this, or even just one color, you can go ahead and add all those animations to everything there. For your off screen, you have your arrow style, distance, name, and your radius, as well as name, distance, weapon, ammo bar, and the raw ammo bar. Same thing for teammates, and in miscellaneous, we have C4 distance timer, we have crosshair for sniper only or enable, we have circle, dot, or cross, the size, and drop shadow and outline options. Moving over to aim, we have weapon generic, and you can also hit get to get a specific weapon that you're holding. For me, I use generic, and then for certain guns like pistols, I'll just go and manually set those myself. So for aim assist, we have enable. We have a 1.3 FOV, a speed of 0.26, a deviation of 0.03, a detach factor of 0.53. So this is how fast or how often it's going to detach the aimbot so that you're using your regular aim. The recoil control, I have it at 83 and 74, only because when they're super low, I find that the aimbot is extremely accurate, and I like it to be 50-50 accurate, so they are lowered just a bit. I will say that in Triggerbot and RCS settings, there is further settings to make a recoil control 100% not your issue. But again, I don't want to be using too much recoil control as it seems to trigger VAC lives. Over in miscellaneous, we have visibility check, retarget out of FOV, ignore crosshair, activation time, and deactivation time, as well as a retarget delay. This I actually had to change mid-game because I noticed that when I had lost a target and then let go and re-clicked, it had retargeted a little too quickly, and it might not have looked obvious to a spectator, but to me, it was a little obvious. Over here, we have hitboxes, and this is one of my favorite options in the aimbot of this cheat. So for each hitbox, you can actually click. You can change the priority to where the aimbot will do its determining factors and assess what should be hit first. So with head, we have it at 12 because we don't want too many headshots as it looks obvious. Our neck priority is 25 because with RCS and crouching, you tend to get a little bit more headshots, but sometimes deviate to chest. And for chest, that is going to be our main point of contact. This seemed to work absolutely fine last game, and I'm going to continue to use these settings. Moving over to Triggerbot and RCS, we have Triggerbot enabled for key mouse 4, and this is wonderful right here. This is the deciding factor for me when it comes to a legit cheat if I'm going to be using Triggerbot, if it has settings that can be humanized. So for activation key, we have it on mouse 4, and we have react in within 34 milliseconds to 81 milliseconds. We could hold it for 49 to 84 milliseconds, and our cooldown is 133 to 215 milliseconds. This amount of randomization is going to make it really hard for VACNet to determine with absolute certainty if you are indeed using a Triggerbot, and I highly recommend trying out your own settings, or you can just copy mine here. Over in filters, you can make headshot only, visible check, and accuracy check. I use the two on the bottom. And then for recoil control, you can have it at start at 2 bullets, horizontal 42, and vertical 42. I did just enable this as I was testing around, and honestly, you don't need it. You're absolutely fine using the one that you set up here. So moving over to miscellaneous, we have a auto diffuse on last tick. Diffuse key is set to E. We don't have this enabled as I just didn't think I should try it. We have a spectator list and C4 animation, and again, if you right-click on these, you can change their HUD settings, as you can see. So we have a UI alpha and text color, and that goes for both of these here. So this is going to be radar. You're going to have your C4 information, which I believe is this one, and spectator list on the left. Over in Nade Helper, we do have it enabled, so you'll see for Molotov, HE, Smoke, and Flashbang, and these are pre-made for every single map, which is nice. Over here, we have Cloud Radar, so we can generate a new ID per connection. We have a status and a viewer and a copy session link. So if I go ahead and click this, and then copy a session link. So we've gone ahead and posted our link here. Now the thing is because we're not in a match, it's not going to be able to render the Aimbot's match, but you can see all of these player focuses right here. You can show teammate options, so show enemy options, show player HP, enemy team only, rotate map with player view, and show size config. And it'll also tell you how many viewers you have, but again, because I'm on a custom map, it's just going to glitch out a little bit, unfortunately. So we can go ahead and hit stop session there, and then our last page is going to be configs, where you can do your config. So I'm going to hit save, for example. It'll load, it'll save up. And then over in settings, we have our refresh rate, VSync, high priority, stream proof, which if I click that, you'll see it automatically disappears, even with display capture, because that's exactly what we're using is display capture. So you can see it goes away perfectly. We also have align pixels by 0.5. And in the fonts, you can choose your font. So for player, we have it on small. For MISC, we have it on small. And for Nade Helper, we have it on small, although we can do medium because that's just ideally what we'd prefer, easier to see. That's pretty much it. This cheat is honestly pretty fairly priced if you're buying weekly, and then obviously you can save that 33% or 30% for buying a month, and you can also pair that with code TABS. Either way, that's Foxy, and if you guys want to see more videos with this cheat, be sure to let me know down below. It's honestly really good. Price-wise, you know, left alone, if you are looking for some cheats just to try, especially with humanization factors, I would go with this one purely because in my experience so far using it, the deviation settings, the detach factors, as well as the way they are doing Triggerbot to be more humanized is definitely a pro when it comes to not getting detected by VACNet, the way they're scanning our gameplay. But either way, guys, my name is Tabs, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later, bros. Peace. What?